you have to find F such that, I am writing ST means such that, F such that block remains stationary with respect to, with respect to, wedge equal to what? How to do this question, guys? And I took 2, and this was F when surfaces are smooth, and the second part was the same question
but rough.
So I can do one thing. Better I make. You have to find F, so I can make when surface. I can write here part 1 when surfaces are smooth. That means when friction is 0.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 when friction between surface. When coefficient of friction, I can write the coefficient of friction. When coefficient of friction. Okay, so how to do it? See, when the block is not moving, and you have been given coefficient of friction, it is very much understood this is a static friction.
Yeah.
Coefficient of static friction. Okay. Okay, how to do it? Ishita, some idea from your side I wish to have.
I guess you can. I don't really know.
I guess I really do not know.
Yeah.
This
I
also
thought,
you
I thought
guess,
no, I thought I had an idea, but no, never mind.
but never mind. I have no idea at all.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am choosing this second diagram to do this question. Okay, this second diagram I am choosing to do. Understand one thing, guys. I talked about pseudo force. Understood? This wedge is also moving here. In this case, the wedge is also moving. Wedge, that means that the wedge on which the block is there, it is also moving. And when such type of questions are done, you can put your observer on the moving frame of reference itself.
Okay. Yeah.
So this is the observer. You have put the observer on a moving frame of reference, which is accelerating. You are exerting force. So obviously this wedge will accelerate. So now this is a non-inertial frame of reference. This is a case of non-inertial frame of reference. Understood, Ishita? Aditya?
Mm-hmm.
Are you getting?
Inertial point. Yeah.
So I will have to apply pseudo force. Got it? Pseudo force. See, this block small m is not moving with respect to capital M. Okay? So I will assume that both are moving in the horizontal direction with acceleration A. Is it okay?
Okay. Yeah.
A is the acceleration of wedge and A is also the acceleration of block. This is called wedge. And block is block that you anyway know. Dhruv, you do not need to worry. This or explanation of pseudo force, it is there in my previous lecture. You can check it out. Okay. I will send you.
Okay.
So they both are moving with same acceleration. So my dear friend, now I will first thing is that I will make FBD. FBD I will make of both. FBD of block also and FBD of wedge also. Okay. Ishita, tell me what all forces will be there on block. Come on.
Um, like mg and then normal force, and then
Perfect. So you are telling mg and its component you can take later.
yeah. Okay then.
Okay, doesn't matter. So overall forces you are saying and mg.
Wait, is the block moving right now?
Yeah, it is moving.
Oh,
Both are
so
moving.
then isn't there also a friction force?
Oh, first case is a frictionless. When
Yeah.
surfaces are smooth, I'm
Okay
doing the
then.
frictionless.
Oh, okay then.
Then what do you have to do?
And you break it into components.
My dear friend, who will apply pseudo force?
Oh,
We are doing with respect to a person who himself is accelerating. He is in non-addition frame of reference. Are you getting it or not?
mhm.
So we will be applying a pseudo force.
So the wedge will apply it then,
Hmm?
or like, is it the force that's being pushed on the wedge that applies the pseudo force?
Pseudo force you will apply. Pseudo force will be equal to mass times acceleration of the frame of reference, opposite to the direction of motion of frame of reference. That means like this. M into A. This is a pseudo force. This is a pseudo force. Got it? I write it here for you. See, you can do this question from ground frame of reference also. It's not that you cannot do from ground frame of reference. If you do from ground frame of reference, then also it is fine. I have no problem. Got a point?
Yeah.
Then also it is fine. I have no problem. Basically. So I will tell from both point of view. I will tell. Okay, guys. This understanding may take a little bit more time, but it is very interesting. So I have applied the pseudo force. Currently, I am doing with respect to this observer, which is on the moving frame. Now, Ishita, isn't it better that I take component of N rather than I take component of MA and MG? Because if I take component of MA and MG, I will have to take component of two forces.
Yeah.
So it is better that I take this x dash and y, this x and y as my axes rather than tilting the axis as generally we do in inclined plane problem. Don't you think so?
Yeah.
Because if I take this as my axis, then it would be a cumbersome job for me. I have to take two component of two forces. So better I decide this as this one. Now, so I take component of n. Better I take component of n. So what should be the component of n, guys? This is theta. This is going to be theta. This is going to be 90 minus theta. So this is going to be n cos 90 minus theta, which is going to be n sin theta.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
And this is going to be n cos theta. Is it okay?
Yeah.
And this is a trigonometry. You will understand. Dhruv, don't worry. So now this body is not moving at all. Now we are doing this. We are doing this problem with respect to observer, which is on the moving wedge. So for this observer, the block is at rest. When we take, I told you yesterday also, when we do the question with respect to someone, that person is a blind. He doesn't see his motion. He doesn't feel that he is moving at all.
Yeah. He just
He just puts blame on someone else. No, I am not moving. You are moving.
Yeah.
Got a point?
Yeah.
So they both are moving together. That means, so he will feel there is no
Nothing.
motion. There is no motion of small m at all. It is at rest. Are you getting?
Yeah.
So basically, with respect to this observer, since I am doing this question with respect to the observer, I had to apply pseudo force. Pseudo force is a false force which we apply when we do a question from non-inertial frame of reference, which is moving frame of reference, which is a frame of reference which is accelerating. All these things I have described in my previous lectures. So now, my dear friend, since this body is not moving, I can simply do upward force equal to downward force, right hand force equal to left hand force. Simply balance the force, yeah. It's so easy. So what I have to do? N cos theta equal to mg. Okay. N cos theta equal to mg
Yeah.
and n sin theta equal to ma. I can write this as equation 1. Now I am writing the mathematical equation. N sin theta equal to ma. Got it, guys? In x direction, I am equating the forces. I am balancing forces. In y direction, I am balancing the forces. So, but what do I have to find out? I have to find out f. Is there a f coming in this equation? No. That means I will have to write forces. I will have to write equations for wedge also. So can you please tell Aditya what all forces are acting on the wedge? Now it's a time for wedge.
Well, there's
will have
just the wedge or a wedge including the block.
No. When I talk about FBD, I will consider one thing at a time.
Okay.
I consider block. So the green forces are for on block. I will use a black color. So this F is already on the block. F is already on this one block.
Yeah.
Then there's going to be a normal force like this.
Of that, yeah.
Then there's going to be capital M into G.
Yeah.
Got it? Capital
Yeah.
mg. Any other force?
No.
Are you sure? This wedge is on Earth's surface. There's going to be a normal reaction due to ground also.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
This is called Ng. Do not forget it.
Yeah. Oops.
Though it is not going to be useful, but still you should not forget it.
Yeah.
Okay.
True.
So I think this figure is looking much messed up. So I make a new figure for you guys. That would be great.
Yeah.
FBD for wedge would be something like this. Capital Mg, normal reaction due to ground, and this N equal this is the N which is same as the N on block. Action reaction pair. Okay. Now I have written already the equations for block. For wedge I have to write. So could you please tell me, Ishita, could you please tell me equation for wedge?
N G equals mg.
Yeah, that is one. This equation is okay. It is anyway not useful.
Oh,
I can write it for you. Mg equal to Ng. Okay, fine. Consider. Okay, fine. This is the first equation. Tell me second equation. But do you think this is even a correct? Aditya, do you think it's a correct?
That equation?
Dhruv, would you say this is a correct Mg equal to Ng?
No.
Why?
Because there's another N component.
Perfect. That's what I wanted to hear. Very good. Very good.
Oh yeah,
Because my dear friend Ishita, this N I am choosing this as X, this as Y. Okay. I will take component of N. Why don't you realize this one? This is a component of N. This is a component of N.
Oh yeah.
And this wedge is also moving with acceleration A.
Yeah.
Okay. So my dear friend, this is going to be now. Let's use a little bit of mind. this is theta. This is going to be 90 minus theta. This is going to be theta. 90 minus theta. This is going to be theta. Is it okay, guys?
Yeah.
Can you do it? I mean,
Let me
use
see.
little bit of trigonometry, guys. This is theta. If this is theta, this is going to be 90 minus theta.
Theta.
So this is going to be theta. Agreed?
Yeah.
So n. So this is going to be. Now I will write. This is going to be n cos theta. This is going to be n sin theta. Agreed?
Yeah.
Now forget about n. Forget about the resultant n. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
My dear friend. Now, so basically this equation is not going to be like this. This equation will have mg plus n cos theta. This equation is not going to be like this. Are you getting, Ishta?
Yeah.
mg plus n cos theta equals to ng, because I'm balancing forces in vertical direction, in y direction. This is your third equation. Okay, next equation. Aditya, please tell me quick. Next equation.
Okay, so for the x-axis, this is going to be this is a force, applied force, and then this is going to be that's also, and since the wedge is moving to the right,
Yes.
right? So it's just going to be that force minus n sine theta, and that equals to.
My dear friend, you are doing a mistake. F minus n sine theta. This is a total external force acting on the body, but acceleration is not zero. It is moving.
So
M into capital M into A.
yeah.
This is Newton's second law I am talking about. Ishita, are you getting now?
Yeah.
Total unbalanced force acting on the body is this one, and the body is moving. So obviously it will be equal to mass into acceleration. This is the measure of the total external force.
Yeah.
And here in the first three equation, 1, 2, and 3, in 1, 2, and 3 equation, I am using a concept of equilibrium. But forces are being balanced because the body is not moving.
Yeah.
Now life is easy. What I can do? I can simply find out things. How can I find out things? How to find out
You
things?
can.
Yes, tell me. I
wait.
want F. I want F in terms of theta, small m and capital M.
Wait, like the F in, you just want the F in number 4?
Hmm?
That F in number 4? That's
I
in
just
equation
want
4?
I just want F in terms of known variable, which is theta. Known. I should not say variable. I want F in terms of known quantities: theta, small m, and capital M.
Okay. Data solid. Okay, so can't you just find what n equals to and then plug that into the f minus n?
You tell me
sine
what
theta?
to do. Now Dhruv can also tell me. Dhruv, what to do?
You can.
Okay.
I tell you one thing. There is no use of equation 3 at all. I mean, with practice, you will realize which equation to write and which equation not to write. For right now, I have written all the equations. So basically, I am getting F equal to m a plus
Plus
n sine theta. I
Yeah.
don't want n and a in my answer. Then what to do?
But you don't want m and a, so then
N and a. Normal reaction and a.
okay, so the normal reaction, the normal reaction also equals to.
Can you just see this n sine
You can
theta? I
make
can
this-
write to n sine theta. I can write to small m into a.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. But I don't want a now, guys. Divide equation 1 by 2. If you divide equation 1 by 2, what do you get? Tan theta equals to g by a. Sorry, tan theta equal to a by g. You get tan theta equal to a by g. Divide equation 2 by 1. Divide equation 2 if you do equation 2 divided by equation 1, you get tan theta sin theta 1 cos theta equal to A by G. Agreed? And you get A equals to G tan theta. Agreed, my dear friends? Now, in place of A, I will simply put G tan theta. Life is as simple as that. That's all, guys. I've got answer.
Right.